What's going on, everybody? It's Ryan Turley here, and today I've got something a little bit different to show you. I'm normally outside on my Traeger grill smoking meats, but today we're inside and I have been fermenting this hot sauce for the last week. It is so easy, and I'm gonna show you how to do it right now. Just a little backdrop on fermentation. There are a lot of different ways to ferment things. You can use yeast for alcohol, while vinegar is fermented using acid-producing bacteria. And in this case, we are using a lacto-fermentation process. And all you need to do is throw your vegetables or fruits that you want to ferment in a salt water brine and just let that sit in an oxygen-free environment. If you enjoy this sort of stuff, let me know in the comments below and I'll be sure to go into more detail in a future video. So this hot sauce is a Scotch Bonnet mango combo. I called it habanero a couple times that you'll see here, but I just wasn't sure what kind of pepper it was because they were given to me by a friend. This is unbelievably easy to do, so if you've never done this before, give it a shot. It's super fun and this tastes unbelievable. So the first thing we're gonna do is measure out our kosher salt. And you can see here, I've just got any random bowl here on my kitchen scale. And then we're gonna tear that out. So now we're down to 0 grams. So now we can add our salt. And we're going for 35 grams or 3.5%. And whisk all that in until it's fully dissolved. So once again, here are all of our hot sauce ingredients that we are gonna brine for a week or two. So we've got our 6 habanero chili peppers. I'm gonna use half an onion, a red bell pepper here, 1 carrot, about half a mango, 3 garlic cloves, and about 1 inch of fresh ginger. So this ginger still has its skin on, so we are just gonna de-skin that with a spoon. All right, and then we are just gonna rough chop this. So we'll just rough chop all these additional ingredients as well. And I am gonna leave the seeds in all of these. Some people remove the seeds, but we're only using 6 habanero peppers for this entire hot sauce recipe. So I'm gonna leave them in and just see how it goes. All right, so I've got all the ingredients added to our mason jar. So now to keep all of this underneath the brine mixture here, you can get what are called fermentation weights. So I don't have a fermentation weight yet. I plan on getting one soon. So in the meantime, you can just use your same brine mixture, fill up a Ziploc bag, and that water weight inside of the bag is gonna keep our items submerged. And we are just gonna throw a lid onto it. Doesn't have to be too tight, just to about finger tightness there. And we can let this sit for a week. So after about 3 or 4 days, you will start to see some bubbles and this will turn a little cloudy, and that means the fermentation is working. And we may need to burp this bottle just a little bit, just giving it a quick little release so that this doesn't create a little bomb inside your kitchen. We've got our pre-fermented hot sauce here. We're gonna give it about 5 days, maybe 2 weeks. We'll just see how things go. I might give it a little taste just to see how the flavors are coming along. All right, it has been a week and our fermented hot sauce is coming along real nice. You'll see here these CO2 bubbles that are coming up is a good sign that the fermentation is working. Now earlier in the video you saw that I used a filled up Ziploc bag with the brine just to keep these vegetables submerged. Well, I went ahead this week and I picked up a fermentation kit, and that came with 3 of these lids that allow air to escape without allowing new oxygen to enter. So it keeps an oxygen-free environment in my mason jar. And then I've also got a fermentation weight in here that's glass, that's keeping everything submerged under the water level. So this is the fermentation kit that I picked up. You don't need one of these. You can use the method that I showed you earlier, but this was only about 20 bucks. And I really want to do this, and I want a really nice product to come out of it. So if you're interested in this, I'm gonna leave a link for it down in the description below of this video. All right, so now we are going to strain off all of this brine here. Now we will add all of our veggies and fruit to our blender here. The other item that I picked up this week was a pH reader. These are really inexpensive as well. They're about 10 or 15 bucks on Amazon. And you really don't need one of these, but I'm a food nerd and I really just wanted to see what the pH was. In order for something to be shelf stable, it needs to be on the acidic side of the pH scale. And we're running right at about 2.5% pH. So it is pretty acidic. And so what that's telling me is that is shelf stable. I could leave this out unrefrigerated and it would not mold. It's got enough acid in there that it's going to stay shelf stable. Wow, say that 3 times, stay shelf stable. I'm just gonna add this as we go and just see what the consistency is like. So if you don't already have some storage bottles, you can use some old hot sauce bottles that you may have saved, or if you want to just start saving them for this project, you could do that. But I did a ton of research online and it seems like these flip top bottles are the best for this purpose. They also look pretty cool too. I plan on storing this hot sauce in the fridge, and that is going to slow down or nearly stop the fermentation process. So let's get to bottling. And be sure to keep your hot sauce stirred so that if anything settles, you know, you're keeping an equal distribution of everything in each bottle. All right, so I know you all have been waiting for this. I'm gonna give it a proper taste test here. So we're just gonna get one mini spoonful here. It's got a really nice texture. I love the color that came out of this. All right, wish me luck. Oh, woo, wow. I have never had a hot sauce like that. Most hot sauces that you find in the grocery store are gonna be vinegar based. Wow, that flavor is unreal. I'm tasting every single item I put in there. I feel like I could have put a little bit more mango. Scotch Bonnet's amazing. I'm tasting that bell pepper, the garlic, ginger. It's all in there. This color turned out amazing. The consistency. And if you haven't already, be sure to like this video, subscribe to my channel, and turn on that notification bell so that you don't miss another upload. I post videos weekly, usually around smoking meats on my Traeger grill, but we are gonna be mixing it up this fall and into the winter months with some different ideas. So for everybody that's subscribed over the last few months, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. This has been a lot of fun so far, and we're just getting started. So we'll see you next week. Peace.